Hey everybody out there. Man, I hope y'all having a swell day. I sure appreciate everybody's been watching my videos and checking that stuff out. Man, it makes my day. The channel's growing quickly and I sure appreciate all of you watching. I got a treat for you today. Everybody really enjoyed that video I did on that old all-star rod I had the other day. And I've got another one for you today I think you're gonna like around an old fishing rod. And it's a pretty cool little story. So, as a kid growing up, getting a rod and reel for Christmas was a big thing. I didn't have rods and reels like I do today. And, getting your very own, used to I'd have to use my dad's stuff, but to get my own rod, my own reel that was mine to take with me when I fished with my dad, was a big, big deal. And I believe it was about I might have been 11 or 12. I got this particular rod and reel in my hand for Christmas, and it was a special day. This rod and reel was leaned up against the Christmas tree, and as a little kid coming in there, I didn't need another gift that day. That was enough for me. And what it was an old Lake King graphite rod, 5.5 footer. And, back then graphite was pretty new. Not just everybody had a graphite rod for the sensitivity, and, it was just cutting edge back then. So this old rod, I believe the rod was brand new, and my dad had bought it. You can see the old school tie wraps on it, and man, it's worn out. It was red and black thread back then, and it was a beautiful rod. And my dad had come up with an old Cardinal 4, which if you know anything about old school fishing, the old Cardinal 4 is one of the most iconic spinning reels of all time in my book. It rates up there with the Mitchell 300. A lot of dudes fished with these reels back in the day, and they were great bulletproof reels. And they had quit manufacturing that reel by the time I got this rod, but my dad had found one and put it on this rod for me. And so I had an amazing combo for a little kid. I was uptown. You could put some 8 or 10 pound line on one of these old reels. Back then I put an old Jig and Frog, old bucktail jig on there, and I was in business. I used this rod for everything though. And so that was my first combo. First one, it was all mine. I could do whatever I wanted to with it. And I was in heaven. So the very first bass, years ago, the fishing used to be so much tougher than it is now. And the first time that I really contributed to me and my father, we were fishing an old Farmington JC's tournament on Beaver Lake. And back then the fishing was tough. I mean, tough. And I caught the only bass we had in that tournament, a Kentucky spotted bass that weighed about a little over 2 pounds. And we came in like third place in that tournament with that one fish that I caught all on my own. And we won money that day. It was the first fish I'd ever really caught on my own that we weighed in, and we got to win some money on. So it's a super special memory. I caught it on this rod, on a black and yellow bucktail jig. It was awesome. It was just one of those fantastic old memories. This old rod, man, I fished with it many, many years. I'm so fortunate I managed to hang on to it. I'm just not so sure I couldn't go out there and catch some on it today. It's a special piece of my history. And I'm so thankful that I had my dad and mom that got me this thing, knowing how important to me it would be. That's good stuff right there. That's how fishing's supposed to be. I hope y'all have memories like that, because I'm thankful I do. Have a good one out there today.